What if? What if? What if? What if the United States is the most powerful country? That makes me wonder today's debate. First debate, the 2024 election between Biden and Trump. It makes me wonder, what are they going to discuss in today's debate? I've decided not to watch the debate because I think about if the United States was the most powerful country right now, today, where would that leave this country if either one of them was president in the new term? Biden is the current president of this country, the United States. And before Biden, Trump was president of the United States. And when I think about the last 8 years, because Trump has held office, he's been the president of the United States. So when I think about the fact that he's been the president of the United States, he did 4 years. And then I think about the fact that Biden is the current president who came in behind Trump. And you think about the last 8 years. What has happened, what has changed, and what's going on today. So you think about past, present, current, and then we think about future because you're talking about the next 4 years. Is either one the right person for the job to hold that position? These are things that we have to take in consideration. These are the things that we must talk about. These are the things that we must ask ourselves. And when we start talking about the current things that's going on in this country, we also have to take in consideration for the things that's going on around this country, because those things affect us as well. We have to think about our allies. We have to think about the position of our enemies. We have to think about each and every factor, because it's these factors that's existing now, right now, today. And then we have to take into the consideration all the factors of the past and everything that has happened within just the last 8 years. Just 8 years. And now we're talking about the next 4 years. I think about the war between Russia and Ukraine. I think about everything that's going on in surrounding countries, which makes me think about our allies. I think about the fact that we have global world hunger. I think about immigration and the immigrants and all those that's coming across this border and have came across this border since Biden has been in office. I think about healthcare. I think about taxes. I think about the employment that we have so many without jobs and so many businesses that's going out of business because they're not thriving, they're not growing. I think about that this nation is being pulled down and how it is affecting this country, the United States of America. I think about retirement. I think about Social Security. And I'm not nowhere in the bracket to retire or to get Social Security. But these are factors, these are things that is still affecting this country, this nation. So there are things that needs to be addressed, things that needs to be fixed. I think about how this nation, this world, this country is declining, sinking. These are the things that I think about, and yet I am not the current president of the United States, nor have I ever been a former Madam President of the United States. But yet I still think about all these things, and I wonder, and I pray, and I ask myself, we are the American people. You think about the Constitution, you think about our amendments, and you think about everything that's going on today. It makes me wonder where we stand as a country. I think about the flooding, I think about the natural disasters, and all these things that can just wipe away a city, a territory, a state, a country. These are the things that I think about. And now I'm thinking about the Keisha Phillips Foundation. The foundation that I am going to be launching in 2025. Because I am trying to make a difference. Not only in this country, but in this nation, this world. And it's a global difference. Because that's how many lives have been affected by the things that have been going on in the past, your present, your current situations. And when we start beginning to think about our future and how if things don't change, the right changes don't get made, how are we going to shape the future? How are we going to turn things around? What's going to happen to the generations that are here, the generations that are coming? What's going to happen to our economy? How many more businesses have to go out of business? How many people have to be standing in the unemployment line? How many more people have to be on government assistance? How many more people have to experience poverty, lack of world hunger? I ask myself that question every day. How do we live in a nation that has world hunger? And I have no answer as to how or why something can get so out of hand. I wonder how people sleep at night, how you sit at the table, how you go to lunch, how you have dinner, how you be out eating 5-star meals, eating breakfast, drinking your coffee, eating your snacks. and yet there's world hunger. That doesn't sit right with me. I ask myself, how do we have poverty? We're in the year 2024 and things have gotten worse, not better. And you have all these people, all these things that's been going on in the world today, but nothing has brought a solution. And we talk about a better tomorrow. But that's the thing, we talk about a lot of things, but no one has taken the necessary steps to make the reality, the things that needs to be what? A reality. The things that needs to change. I do know some people that do take the time, that go out and travel and be part of the change in some of these very worlds, very countries, very cities that is experiencing lack of a world hunger or, but it has to change. And before we can change things that needs to change, we first have to change poverty. We first have to change this lower income bracket. This bracket that's pulling down this world, this nation. And just in this country. But it's also pulling down other countries. It's not going to be easy to make the necessary changes. But the changes that need to be made can definitely be made. It's almost like saying you have to start at the bottom and work your way up. You got to work your way through the kinks, work your way through all the things that people have been trying to just set to the side and, like it doesn't exist, but it does exist. And because it exists, it affects everything else. Look at minimum wage. Look at what it is across the board. People think they're keeping the lack of and the poor. But why is it that you would want such a label in any part of the world? It's not making the world a better place. It's not producing more of anything. All of those things has been the reason why this nation and countries are not thriving. But if the United States, what if, was the most powerful country? What if? What would I do? Change. A lot of necessary and much needed changes. It's not going to be about your status or who holds what title. Because change, the right changes, is a must. If the United States is going to be the most powerful country. But what if it already is? What if I took back that power from India that they so tried to ease their way into? I'm Keisha, and you've been listening to the Keisha Phillips Show.